the $38 trillion death spiral, and the mathematical inevitability of collapse. Listen to me and listen very carefully. What I am about to tell you is not a prediction. It is not a theory. It is a mathematical certainty. This is not a weather report for a rainy day. This is a notification that a Category 5 financial hurricane has already made landfall and is tearing the roof off your economic sanctuary. The national debt of the United States has officially shattered the $38 trillion barrier. Most people hear this number and their eyes glaze over. They treat it like background noise. They believe that debt is just a problem for politicians in Washington. They think that if the sky falls, there are people higher up who will catch it. They are wrong. Let me explain to you what $38 trillion actually means in language so simple it is terrifying. If you had spent $1 million every single day since the birth of Jesus Christ, you would not have spent even $1 trillion yet. America owes 38 times that amount. But the terrifying part is not the number sitting on the scoreboard. The terrifying part is the velocity. The debt is no longer growing linearly. It is growing exponentially. It is like a freight train loaded with explosives that has lost its brakes on a steep mountain descent. Every 100 days, another $1 trillion is added to the pile. Part 2: The Death Spiral. We have entered a death spiral. The government borrows money just to keep the lights on. Then it must borrow more money just to pay the interest on the money it already borrowed. We are rapidly approaching the mathematical point of no return. There will be nothing left for schools, nothing left for roads, nothing left for the military. That is the moment the system implodes. Part 3: The GDP Mirage. The GDP mirage and the lie of fake growth. You turn on your television, and you see the financial pundits smiling in their expensive suits. They point to the GDP numbers and say everything is green. Do not believe a word they say. They are singing you a lullaby while your house burns to the ground. Gross domestic product is the most deceptive statistic in human history. Imagine a family that is drowning in credit card debt. They buy a luxury car. They go on expensive vacations. But underneath the surface, there is nothing but rot and insolvency. The United States is doing exactly the same thing. To generate just $1 of so-called economic growth, the government has to borrow $2.50 of new debt. They are burning the furniture to heat the house. When the inflation storm truly hits, the shiny paint of the GDP numbers will peel away. And the person who will pay the price for this massive deception is you. Part 4: Fiscal Dominance. Fiscal dominance and the end of central bank independence. We are descending into the dark engine room of the system. The Federal Reserve is like a referee, but those days are gone. Today, with $38 trillion in debt, the referee has been fired. The Federal Reserve is no longer independent. It has become a hostage. If they raised rates to honest levels, the system would instantly collapse. It means the government would default immediately. So the Federal Reserve is trapped in a corner. They have no choice. They are forced to print money to buy government bonds because nobody else wants them. They will sacrifice the value of the dollar to save the government. Part 5: Inflation as a weapon. Inflation is a hidden tax that you never voted for. Inflation is not an accident. It is a policy choice. It is a tax. So how do they take your wealth without your permission? They use inflation. It is the most sophisticated bank robbery in history. When the government prints $1 trillion, the amount of goods remains the same. But the amount of paper money chasing those goods has increased. It is like someone sneaking into your house at night and cutting a piece off every dollar bill in your wallet. Your savings are being eroded. Your pension is evaporating. The purchasing power is transferred from you to the big banks and corporations. By the time that money circulates down to you, prices have already skyrocketed. Look at your bills. The price of meat is up. The price of fuel is up. Do not blame the supply chain. Blame the printing press. Part 6. Yield curve control. Yield curve control and the death of the free market. If you still believe that America operates on a free market system, you are living in a delusion. The free market is dead. It has been murdered by yield curve control. They have turned the financial markets into a puppet show. If you are a saver, you are being punished. Imagine inflation is running at 10%, but the bank only pays you 4%. You are bleeding out. This leads to massive bubbles in housing and stocks. Yield curve control is the morphine that keeps the terminally ill patient alive. Part 7. The gaslighting. The gaslighting of the CPI and statistical fraud. Gaslighting is a psychological manipulation. They tell you inflation is coming down. But when you go to the supermarket, you feel the pain. The CPI is a manipulated statistic. It has been engineered to hide the truth. They use tricks like substitution. They say if steak is too expensive, you will eat hamburger. They claim prices remain stable by downgrading your quality of life. Do not trust the official data. Trust the pain in your wallet. Part 8. Wealth transfer and history. The greatest transfer of wealth in history. We are witnessing the most brutal transfer of wealth in human history. The rich get richer not because they are smarter, but because they are standing next to the money spigot. But you are at the bottom of the waterfall. By the time it trickles down, prices have doubled. You are running on a treadmill that is speeding up, and you are falling behind. They are creating a neo-feudal society. Lessons from the graveyard of empires. Look at the Roman Empire. They debased their currency, and the empire fell. Look at the Weimar Republic. People used stacks of money to burn in their stoves. One day you could buy a house with your savings, and a month later those savings could not buy a loaf of bread. The United States is walking the same path. With 38 trillion in debt, we are in the end stages. Part 9. The Digital Prison CBDC. The Digital Prison of Central Bank Digital Currencies. The government has a replacement ready. It is a system of control. It is called CBDC. Do not be fooled. This is not cryptocurrency. This is centralized tyranny. They will eliminate physical cash. Every dollar you own will exist only as a digital entry. They will have the power to turn your money off. They can control what you are allowed to buy. If you exceed your carbon footprint, your money will not work. This is the ultimate control grid. It is a digital prison where the walls are made of code. Desperate, hungry, and terrified people will accept the shackles in exchange for a meal. Part 10. The Solution, the Arc. The exit strategy, building your financial ark. The storm is not coming, it is here. You must build your ark. Owning physical precious metals, gold and silver, is your insurance policy. If the power grid goes down, your gold is still gold. The digital lifeboat, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the separation of money and state. When they try to trap you in the CBDC system, Bitcoin offers an exit hatch. Tangible reality, productive land. In a world of digital illusions, you must return to the physical world. Buy productive land. If you can produce your own calories, you are sovereign. The psychological revolution. You must deprogram yourself from the consumer mindset. Stop listening to the mainstream media. They are the PR department for the Titanic. The final verdict. The clock is ticking. You can remain a victim, or you can take action to become the captain of your own destiny.
History judges us not by what we knew, but by what we did. Build your ark. Secure your assets. Protect your family. The clock is ticking, and it is later than you think.